Welcome to the channel, folks. Clunkers and Classics. We're back on the 67 Camaro. Last episode we pulled the engine transmission from the 80Z28, which is now just going to be a parts car. And used oven cleaner instead of degreaser. Cleaned it up pretty damn good. Had some type of acid that leaves all this white residue type stuff on it. Kind of ruined the intake, but it needed to be painted anyway. But anyway, this episode we're going to clean this up, put on a bunch of new parts, and then put it in the 67. Just got back from O'Reilly's. Tip of the day, I've mentioned a while back, you can take your old batteries, junk batteries, car batteries, into O'Reilly's and get a $10 store credit. Five limit per day. So I brought 5 in for 50 bucks. Figure I'd get my stuff for 50. Kind of free, but now just guess how much these little things here cost. Here's some orange engine paint for the block, some silver for the intake, alternator, and power steering belt, 2 transmission lines. Guess how much? With tax, 98 something. So I got a $50 credit. I had to pay 48 something for it. This is the only type of lines they had, kind of bend to fit. I got a bender, but I think the little thing broke on it, so we'll see. But yeah, these are for the transmission lines. Transmission lines that were, I got them taped off so it didn't get water in it. They'd cut them off and put some rubber deals right there, right here. And then they cut the ends off for a transmission cooler. So we're replacing all that with new stuff. Okay, let me see here. Got a new transmission mount. Got a new kickdown cable. We got to paint. These are the original motor mounts for 67. We got to clean, paint, put them on there. And we can do this later. The alternator bracket. I have to clean up the alternator bracket and the power steering pump. And took the fan off, headers off. I had 415 the transmission cross member, so that's ready to go with the engine. Basically, we just need the motor mounts and the transmission mount, and that's all we want really attached to it for now. And then we can put on all this other stuff later, including wiring it up and all that. I haven't opened that painless wiring box yet. Almost afraid to, but it's going to be a mess because we got no wiring. Got no wiring for the Camaro. Original stuff is gone. Plugs in here, but that whole harness is gone. And I got new heater hoses, so we can hook up heater hoses. The only new stuff I haven't got is the radiator hoses. Got the ones off the 80. I think that radiator's probably pretty much shot. Looks like it was leaking. Transmission had water in it, so it's possible the tanks where the transmission line goes in, there's leaking inside there. So we're not going to use that. But I did get a new radiator from I don't think it's not that big one. No, it's still in the box here from Friday Parts. But they sent that for it doesn't even fit an 80 Camaro. It could, but it's not meant to. It's a little bit longer. It's for a full-size Malibu type thing. But I got other radiators and we'll see. We'll see if we can mount that in. I think it's a special radiator to fit in the 68 or 67 to 69. Different than the common other GMs. We don't have to worry about that right now. But yeah, I'd like to get the right radiator hoses for that. Got a new carb from Friday Parts. Got the new headers from Flashark. Okay, so cleaned it all up, fixing to mask off some little areas. Cut around here. This I just got duct tape there. We'll cut around there a little bit, and we're gonna paint the block orange. I guess we'll go ahead and paint the water pump and the pulleys and stuff were black. I guess we can go ahead and just paint them orange and the pulleys black, and paint this silver, and we'll get it painted. This old pan was painted black. I think this is glue, an orange paint or something. I don't know. I'll see if I can take the rest of this black paint off with some steel wool. But as I pressure washed it off, it was chrome underneath. So there's where the motor mounts go. We'll get them painted and then put them on there. So yeah, let me start putting, oh, we got to build a little, if I don't have another transmission tube, we got to build a little bracket and mount that. See, that is missing that's missing a bolt, and then this one is not tightened. Hopefully it will tighten and it's not jammed in there. So we'll get that situated and get this so it's not flopping around. We'll see if we got another one laying around. So that's what I got to do on it. Okay, so okay, well, I'll be back when I get some of this masked off. I want to mask off, I don't want to get all paint. I don't know. I'll mask off some of it and we'll paint the engine orange first, and then after that dries, we'll paint the intake. Got to get some valve covers. I got some other ones I showed last video, whether we want to clean them up and paint them. We're not using these ones, but these are too expensive now. They're 40 to 60 bucks for chrome ones and 80 to 100 for aluminum ones. And you know, when I mentioned a while back, yeah, just because you got a good deal on a junkyard engine or powertrain, yeah, count on another $1,000 by the time you're done. I've already put new plugs in here when I first got the car. If you had to get, which you should, new spark plugs, new wires, new cap, new rotor, new hoses, radiator hoses, heater hoses, oil fluids, tranny fluid, oil, filter, which I've done on this one as well. Just all that little stuff, and then whatever else you might need: starter, carburetor, alternator, new belts. So I got the new belts. All that stuff. Just count on another $1,000 after you've acquired your drivetrain to put in your car. So yeah, stuff is, parts are just through the roof. These were $22.99 each. Belts were 10 bucks each, and the paint was $12.99 a can, and then plus tax. So yeah, it's just getting ridiculous. They just kill you on the little stuff. Okay, well, let me get the orange ready to paint, and I'll be back. Okay guys, I got this little toothbrush looking thing with a wire thing on it. So I started just doing this to take some of the paint off there, and then some of the sludge that on the transmission that the oven cleaner left. So I'm gonna go over the whole thing like that with this. Okay, I'll be back. Okay guys, I already sprayed one coat on there from a can that I had left over, so this is a full can here. Anyway, I think 2 coats will probably cover it. I got a little paint thinner here where you just wipe off the overspray. I scraped off some of the black, but not all of it. Anyway, I put that new cable in there. Comes up here, hook it up to the carburetor. I welded a little bracket and bolted this in here. I think that was about it, other than the transmission lines, but I'm not sure how to do them because you got the starter and the header in the way. So I think they come. Anyway, I'll have to figure that out later. But I got to screw them in there before I put the engine in. Yeah. Anyway, I'll finish painting that orange, and then clean up these pulleys and brackets and stuff and paint them black and paint this black. I'm going to go ahead and paint the water pump orange. And then tomorrow we'll mask all that orange up and paint this silver. Come out a little bit better when I took that little wire brush, toothbrush thing to it. Oh, I put the new motor mount on there with the 2 bolts. So that's all ready. Not sure if we're going to use that shifter cable or not, but we got that. Rounded up a bolt to put in here that was missing. Or no, this one was missing, but this one only went in, didn't go in all the way. Anyway, I'm going to mask off some more area here and paint it. Okay, I'll be back. Okay guys, I painted these pieces up here last night. I'm fixing to put the motor mounts on. This oil pan's, I know it's tilted like this, but this oil pan's dripping right in there. It looks like a newer 1-piece rubber gasket. I checked the bolts, are all super tight. I don't know, yeah, you see it drip. I'm not sure if I should pull that. It'll probably be fine sitting level, but I don't know if it's supposed to be leaking like that. You can see it all here. It's been all. I might pull that old pan off and just gunk it up, put it back together, since it's a 1-piece reusable one. Okay, I'll be back. Okay guys, these 4-speed shifter holes, fixing to cut it out here and cut that square out there. Then I cut these 2 pieces of metal, gonna weld that over top like that, and then this one here, and we'll smooth it all out and mainly undercoat all the bottom so the transmission's ready to slide in there. I took this out of the other car, the little shifter thing, but it's not necessary to put that in. Not sure what those 2 holes are for. Probably the console. See, it's got these little stud things right here. I don't know if it had that when the bolt was, I had to cut that off. So unless that's what that was, this is the console they give me with the car. I don't know if we're going to use that or not. It's probably for a standard, but we'll see. I get a shifter off a junk 2002 Camaro I got, complete shifter and everything, but I don't want to put the newer style console in here. I'd rather put a console like that in there, make it look, you know, period correct type thing. But anyway, let me cut out the old metal there and weld in this, and I'll be back. Okay guys, let's put those 2 patches in there and put a couple of coats of bed liner on it, spray bed liner. There's a couple of pinholes I can put some seam sealer around there like I did the rest of this. I sprayed up underneath there as well. So that's one job done. I should have done this first, but the oven cleaner kind of made that intake look worse. So I had bought some silver engine paint, and we're going to mask up. Not going to worry about the valve covers, so mask up the front of this orange and then just paint this silver. Okay, so let me do that and I'll be back. Okay guys, I got a couple of coats on there. I'm going to put another coat or 2 on there. I'm going to paint this little thing black with a brush later on. Okay, let me finish doing that and I'll be back. Okay guys, I got all the intake painted. It looks pretty good. Just need some valve covers. Okay, I took off those little stubs for the transmission lines here. They'd cut them off and put rubber. So yeah, these, I don't know if I mentioned it this video, I got these from O'Reilly's, like 22 bucks each. And I had bought this from eBay, a little bender. So I put the header and the starter on there so I know where they go. So I bent it there and then tapped it with a hammer to get it around there, tighten them up real good. These are supposed to kind of go up under here and stuff, but I can bend them pretty good. I'm going to bend them up out of the way. I don't know if I got to take the starter off to put it in yet or not. I know the header I do. I just wanted to make sure, because this starter's kind of big, a little bit bigger than stock. Wanted to make sure that didn't hit the header. Looks like there's enough clearance. And so yeah, I was going to take the starter and the header back off and put them back on when I put the engine in. So anyway, once I get the starter on there, then I can bend this. I'm just going to bend it underneath the starter here and kind of wherever. Okay, so that's one job. Not sure if I want to take that old pan off and seal it. I might. Okay, I'll be back. Okay guys, got the old pan off. A tip: when you're using chrome parts, oil pan, timing cover, valve covers, you gotta, this gasket sealer won't really stick very good to that. So what you gotta do is grind it down. And these are shinier than, so we're gonna take a grinder to them, and all along here, there's the one-piece gasket there. I'm gonna clean all that up, grind and clean all that up, clean up the top, and then we're just gonna put some gasket sealer, top and bottom. I don't trust it. The oil was pretty clean because we had changed the oil when I first got it. Got it running. There was some, I mean, all this was clean, but it had some sludge at the bottom, which I took out. The oil dipstick was busted. I found the bottom of it in the bottom of the oil pan, and then I took the dipstick out, and sure enough, it was cut off or something. See if we got one from that junk engine there. I bent this down because there was sludge up here. I sprayed some parts cleaner in there. I bend that back up. But she has a 4-bolt main. So 4-bolt main 350. Okay, well, like I said, I'm gonna do that and put her back on. Okay, I'll be back. Okay guys, I got that old pan sealed up and bolted back on there. Yeah, when I say grind it, just scuff it with the with the grinder. Don't sit there and try to grind all the chrome out. Just scuff over it. Okay, so anyway, that's back on there. The motor mounts, which are different on that, the bolts, they put in too big of bolts, but they fit in them mounts, but they won't fit through these holes. Well, it'll barely fit through here, but it won't fit on the one mounted to the subframe. And I knew that when I started taking them off, and they're 3/4. They're supposed to be like 11/16 on one end, 5/8 on the other. So I got to try to round up 2 motor mount bolts. I think that's about it. I don't have the nuts for that motor mount. They don't come with the nuts on them to mount in there, so I got to find 2 nuts. No big deal on that. That can sit right in there, but we need to put the bolts in that. Okay, I think that's about it. This one just had not the right dipstick in it. Some aftermarket, twice as long one. I don't know if I got another dipstick. I don't know why that was cut like that, but I don't know if I pulled it out and put it somewhere, but anyway, I think that's about it. I think it's ready to go back in. I just went ahead and put that starter, snugged it up there. Just got to remember to put oil in it and put a thing on the oil sender right there. I got a piece of tape over it. Well, I'll hook up one of my new gauges to it. I got to do that before we start it and add oil. So yeah, so what I'm gonna do is turn this hoist so it's facing this way, okay, because we can't roll it, like I mentioned, can't roll it very good on this uneven, lumpy concrete. How I move the hoist is I use this big old steel bar. Get it under here. Okay, so I can move that, position it. Now we have to bolt the wheels back on this, take it off the jack stands, and we're going to use a jack underneath this front and swing it. Hopefully there's enough room. Swing it over here in front, and we should be able to roll it. So what we're going to do is roll it underneath the engine and do all that, lower it, push it, and all that stuff. So that's what I'm fixing to do now. So let me get the rear wheels on here off the jack stands, clean up some of this mess, and we'll attempt to stab her in there. Okay, I'll be back. Okay guys, a lot of energy moving this around. Had it up on the jack, and the jack wouldn't roll. Then I pushed it and it slid on the jack. And then I finally got that little dolly thing there underneath the subframe and rolled it over. Okay, so that's pretty close there. Gonna lower the engine down a little bit, push the car forward, keep going like that. And yeah, I found some different bolts, so they should work. Yeah, it's getting there. Yeah, I took the tape off these and put the header on. I didn't put them on last night, so I hope it didn't rain, but hope morning dew didn't get in there and start rusting it. But anyway, a little bit more screwing around, and we can drop her down a little bit. See if I can do this one-handed, if I can see the thing. Yep. Anyway, let me there we go. Closer. Yeah, just have to. Just got to roll it up in here a little bit better. Get it pointed. Transmission pointed straight back like that. And line up the motor mounts. And then we'll get a jack and a piece of wood and lift up the transmission by the pan and slide this cross member underneath there. Stab in the 2 transmission bolts. And the, well, yeah, then we'll have to put the bolts on the ends here. Okay, I'll be back in a few minutes. Diggy, Diggy. What you doing, Diggy? She heard the air hose. I just blew all the dust off me. Okay, I got it in. Wasn't easy compared to this one. You know, I put the other engine in that 81, slid right in there. This one was really, really tight. I had to take distributor cap off. I probably should have taken distributor off, but it's been a while since I put one of these in a Camaro Nova type. Anyway, this bolt here for the chain is real tight. If that don't come all the way out, I'm gonna have to cut it. But just getting the transmission mount cross member lined up. Gotta get the 2 bolts on each side of the subframe, 2 in the middle. I got that side. Yeah, I had those bolts. I thought that the one other mounts with just the one on it just got a stud with no, it doesn't come with a nut. But this one has 2 bolts. So anyway, line them up. Just got to line up this side, tighten everything up. Got the this bolt's a little bit too long, so I had to put a little spacer right there. It's too long, it'll hit the fuel pump. Looks like the header will fit that side. We'll see here in a little while. Well, it's fixing to get dark. Don't know if the header's going to fit this side. Again, we'll find out. Boy, that oil pan looks awful close. I can see daylight through it. Right here. Oh, that's laying right on the sway bar. We'll have to do something. Well, I haven't let the transmission down yet. I got the transmission jacked up, so get that then bolts. Hopefully it'll lay down, and well, we'll check for clearance on everything. But anyway, I'm gonna go in for a little while, watch the news, and then see if we get a little bit more work done. If not, it'll be tomorrow. I'll probably be back tomorrow. But yeah, the weight's off the engine, and couple of comments about sits up too high like a 4x4. No, I don't think so. We got the weight of the engine transmission in there, but don't have the weight of the front end and radiator and all that. But you know, it's all new springs and shit in there. I bet it's gonna sit up higher in the front than it does the back. But no, it doesn't. It's, you know, because those are those Blazer, S10 Blazer springs in there. I left them all in there. If it was too high, I'd take some out, but I don't know. It might be more like normal, but okay. Well, I'll be back at some point. Okay guys, next day. Got the motor mounts bolts tight, cross member tight, transmission mount tight. It looks to be hitting this sway bar. Not exactly sure what to do about that. This bar may be bent. That's about the only original thing I used on this whole front end. You know, I don't know. Unless I use spacers here on these mounts and drop it down a little bit, but or it's the wrong pulley, or they make a different pulley. Not sure. I'm gonna worry about that right at the moment. Okay, drive shaft. The drive shaft out of the 80Z28 is about 1.5 inches too short. I'll show you. Well, see, it's sticking out of the transmission too far, about 1.5 inches. I bolted it in there. U-joints and everything bolted to the Blazer rear end. They were the same. You got a big dent right here, you know, being at the junkyard, forklift. Bent it. Being moved around at the junkyard. Yeah, so there's the cross member and everything up there. Got the shifter cable there. It's got a few cracks in it, so I don't know if we'll use that or not. I'm gonna I think I'm gonna take the shifter and cable and everything off of 2002 Camaro I got and see what kind of shape that's in. I got some loose ends under here. The emergency brake, this is off the Blazer. I just zip tied it up here out of the way. And then this is from the factory. So you can see they don't line up. That needs to line up with that. So unless I bend this around and mount it, you have to. This is mounted to the floor of the frame of the Blazer, so it's got to be pretty strong for it to stay while the cable's being pulled. So I'm not quite sure what to do about that yet. Same with the sway bar. The sway bar's hanging down. That's from the Blazer. Not sure what I'm going to do about that yet. It's another loose end thing. So, anyway, that's it on the ground. Okay, so I'm going to start putting on some stuff. Oh, we need to see if that header's going to fit on this side. Oh, the distributor cap just barely fit before the firewall. I haven't screwed it on there yet. We'll see that. And you can see why these were, the old one heater hose things were crushed. There's a brand new one in here, but that's why it got crushed when they're pulling the engine. I still got to take that bolt out there for this last little piece of chain from the hoist. Like I said, I think the header will fit here, but we'll test it. I got a whole list of stuff we need to do to this still. Alternator, we're gonna paint this by hand with a brush black. Same with this. Alternator and stuff. Remember, everything was misaligned. So we got the alternator, power steering pump. I got to clean the power steering pump up and paint it or something right there. And then the alternator and bracket right there. I can't remember if I got new cables for this. That was another short one I bought. We're gonna need more stuff. I didn't buy everything. I didn't buy a speedometer cable, so I have to buy that. The 80, this drivetrain, I don't remember it having a vacuum modulator steel thing. You rounded up a bunch there last time for the 81. Stick the old ones here. We'll have to make one of them. What else? We got fuel line to route from the tank to the pump. Got the carburetor to put on. We got to figure out, this didn't have no linkage or nothing, brackets. We'll have to figure that out. The accelerator cable, I bought a new one, supposed to be for this, which looks like the 80, but this is the factory. It's just kind of loose there. I'm not sure about that. We may, they said I bought a new one. Oh, here's an aftermarket. Yeah, we'll probably use that. This cable here, we may have to drill a hole to snap it in there, go to the gas pedal, probably use this gas pedal and this stuff there if I can make it work. So yeah, we got that. Still got to bleed the brakes. Hopefully they'll bleed and not be leaking anywhere, but yeah, that's just for starters. And then want to paint the rest of these parts black. Like I said, I got the, because next video we're going to start putting the front end together. Then after that it'll probably be electrical. So we got the inner fenders, that fender, core support, some other parts painted black. We still need to paint that fender. These look like they're painted, but it's weird, but we'll go ahead and sand them. Those are the lower fender extensions. And then we got some parts over there, possibly the hood hinges. I do have the springs are in the trunk. So the springs, hood hinges, the headlight buckets, bracket deal. You need to paint them and possibly more stuff, but I think next video we'll start painting these parts. But anyway, we still got a few hours left today, so let me yeah, and then once we get the front end done, we can figure out a radiator, whether I can use one of these or I got to buy a specific one for first generation Camaro, I guess Nova, and all that. And then radiator hoses. Oh, I do got the heater hoses, but I bought new heater hoses. One will go here, and then the other one went to the radiator. If it didn't go to the radiator, it would go right here. that went to the radiator in the 80. We'll see whatever radiator we get for this car. We'll see if there's a spot for it. If not, we'll take this off and find a deal for it. I got some old water pumps that should have that on there. Oh, valve covers. I don't know if I showed them last video. I got these valve covers here. Sand them up, clean them and paint them black, or leave the sand this and leave that the ridge part aluminum, paint the rest black like they did. So we got that to do. Hopefully they're straight. Probably get a new set of these hold downs here. These are all rusty. So them, and then whatever's missing that we need. I got some of these, whatever, old cap thing or something. I put this wiper motor on before I put the engine in. The bolts they sell through Jegs anyway are complete junk. The threads were okay, except for one, but the thread that was okay, and I put in the new one, barely any pressure, and it just broke. And same with another one. Another one just did the same thing to another one, it just broke. And you can see it there. Those three. Because I bought the whole kit. And then the nut that goes on the back here to attach this. I bought this also. They give me a refund for something, 15 bucks. And I didn't know what it was for. They just had a part number, which didn't come up to nothing. Like a month later, they gave me a refund because I thought I had everything. Well, apparently it was for that nut, and it's a fine thread. Ones off the 80 won't work. So anyway, real pain in the ass putting this in there. So I took the bolts, 2 bolts off the 80 went in there, and this one was the one that was busted off. So I had to drill through that and put a screw in there. Anyway, I don't even know if it goes like that or it goes this way or whatever. I have to look at some pictures, but this, I believe, is for an optional windshield washer motor thing that goes there. That's what this is for. I don't think it has it, but that's the cheapest one I could find. Those things, very expensive. Everything is. Wiper motors, power steering pumps. So I'm going to use this power steering pump. It's got a dent in it right here, but it doesn't leak. I went through one before that was leaking, dripping out the seal or something here. I went through 3 or 4 that I had, all leaking. I finally found or did I buy a new one? I might have bought a new one. This one does not leak. It was full, been sitting up for years. We're gonna use it because they're, I don't know, 80, 90 bucks or so, 86 bucks or something. And like I said, I got the new lines that go there. Hopefully they'll fit. So I got to clean up all this gunk and everything. So I tried to buy everything I needed, but I knew I wouldn't have everything. So these are the 2 new lines here. They give you adapters and stuff, so because we needed the longer lines. I don't know if I have mentioned it, but we need longer lines because because the power steering box is up here, whereas an 80 it's down here. So they attach right in here, and they'll go down here to the pump. So I got them. So yeah, a bunch of little stuff. These valve cover tie downs, speedometer, probably some other stuff, and eventually radiator hoses once we get the right radiator in there, or which one we're going to use. We'll figure out if the factory ones are going to work. Factory size. I didn't bring my list out, but anyway, let me test fit this header. May have to order specific headers for this first generation, and let me get some more stuff done. Like I said, I've been doing the transmission cross member and drive shaft. Yeah, that one's too short, but at least it's in there. We can drive around the yard with it, but I'm not going to take it on the road. It's too short. It's stuck in the shaft there, about an inch or so, but it's supposed to be in there, 2.5, 3 inches. So what I could do, this is, I'll be back. Okay. So this drive shaft is from the 76 Malibu parts car. I built Art's car. It's 3 inches longer. 3 or whatever it is. I marked everything down. So I know it can be done, and I might try it. You got to cut with a cutting wheel. You got to cut this off, and then this here with a shaft on it will slide out. And then you cut off what you need, put this back in, and weld it all the way around. We may try it on this, but what I need is see, I'm not sure if it's going to be different because that blazer rear end's a little bit off. But yeah, 49 3/4 to 50 is what I need. The Malibu is 53.5. The 80 Z28 is 48.5. Center U-joint to center U-joint. I don't know if anybody has one. But the center of this U-joint to the center of this U-joint. 49 3/4 to 50. It'll fit perfect in that. This one's not bent or anything, so yeah, it's not like there's any junkyard's gonna have any around here. So we may do that at some point. Cut that and we'll show how it's done, I guess. I'm sure it's been done on YouTube. But yeah, that's the drive shaft situation. Okay, well, I think that's about all I wanted to go over. So let me oh, I need to put some oil in there. I need to tighten up the oil plug and fill it up with oil, just so I don't forget on that. So anyway, there's Nikki. Hey, Nikki. What you doing, Nikki? You chasing the kitty cats? She just went for a walk. But anyway, yeah, I'll get some more done here, and I'll be back with some updates. Okay. Okay, guys. This header on this side fit good. She's a little tight on the toe board there, but should be able to make it work. But this side, nope. You can see it needs to tilt up, and it's hitting. These two are hitting the power steering box. So trying to remember what these were for. I think I got these from a sponsor for the Malibu, but they wouldn't fit. They were hitting. This side may have fit, and I'm not sure. But the other side, I had beat the hell out of them. And then this one, I can't remember what I got that for, because it's got the bone for the oxygen sensor. but that one looks a little thicker, but we'll see it. We'll try both of them on there. See, this set I can use for the 70 C28, the next project. But anyway, yeah, I had to take the spark plugs out and everything. Got to get it out through the bottom. So let me see if these full size ones will fit on there. I'll be back. Okay guys, those other two headers wouldn't fit at all. So I beat that one in. It's just that one there. This one looked like it was hitting, but once it would go flush, and that wouldn't hit. So I just tried it and it needed another little tap right there, so she should fit now. So I'm gonna go ahead and bolt them on there, and I'll be back. Okay guys, had to beat that header in right there. But anyway, she fits nice and flush now. So I put all that back together. Yeah, I left this bolt out because that's where the power steering bolt goes in. Different bolt. So yeah, is it gonna cook the power steering fluid? Yeah, probably. I don't know. I just had thoughts that if I order another set of headers for this, well, I haven't ordered a set specific for this, but if I did, they probably wouldn't fit. So then I'd, you know, waste a week, then send it back, or get another set another week. So I just beat it on there. This side, like I said, fits really good. It's just a little snug by that toe board, but it's not touching it. So hopefully the other flange and pipe fits without, I don't want to be bashing in that floorboard trying to make it fit. But anyway, this side's all tight. Yeah, I did pre-bend. Let me get that. Not sure if we're gonna put this into the new radiator or an external cooler. But anyway, I had bent it underneath the starter and up and around underneath that motor mount right there. Just got it held in with a zip tie for now. Yeah, it's supposed to kind of come this way and then up into the radiator, so we can bend that later. Put the alternator brackets on there. Those two new belts I bought from O'Reilly's, neither one of them fit. Both the wrong size, so this is the old one here. Seems to be okay-ish. I'll find out at high revs whether it's going to fly off of there, but just by looking at it, looks okay. What else? Cleaning up this power steering pump and cleaning it up, and this big glob of glue or something, it was down in here. I thought it was a big chunk of grease, so I hope that wasn't covering up a leak. Somebody's had this all apart. I knew when I took it off. There's a bolt missing right there. See, there's supposed to be a bolt there. There's one missing, so somebody's had it apart. Yeah, and this one should down into the header. So I don't know. Anyway, I'm just going to clean it up and put it on there, and we'll paint it. If it works and everything and lines up, then we'll paint it with a brush or something. Same with those other two brackets I mentioned. I guess that's about it that I got now, so. Okay, well, I'll be back at some point. Oh yeah, somebody had mentioned these spark plug wires were on backwards. They had this end into here. Yeah, Well, that's the way I got the motor. I didn't change them, but I changed them now. So, and I got those short Osh plugs, or else, see, like this one right here, it's not touching. With regular plugs, it would be touching here. And same with this one here. So I got those Bosch shorties. I think that one would have been touching. So anyway, yeah, I flipped them around. So, and usually I put those boots on there as well. Those heat boots. Okay, I just thought I'd mention that. Okay, guys, last month I was mentioning my electric bill and the little pamphlet they send with the bill every month. Said it was big increases coming due to AI data centers, and about 99% of the comments say, yeah, my bill's, you know, doubled or gone up way. And then a couple assholes were, oh, you're only paying $100 a month. See, it went up from 100 to 148. Doesn't matter whether it used to be 100. It went up 50%. The pamphlet said the AI data center was going to use 65%, and then a whole bunch of other stuff. That's the point. Doesn't matter if my bill used to be 100 or used to be 500 and it's now 750. Point is, it went up 50%. But yeah, that I figured that was just the start of it, because who knows, I could have been a partial month or whatever. So I just got my electric bill in here. Here it is. $195.52. $215 as if it's late. So yeah, it's essentially doubled. That's not my phone number, by the way. So yeah, so now the full effect of it's in, and it's doubled. Just a couple people were mentioning, oh, my bill hasn't changed. I mean, about 2 out of 100. I don't know where you live, but if 99% of the comments or 98% of the comments of saying their bills have all gone through the roof, I don't know why you're not believing me. But anyway, yeah, thanks to AI and who's supposed to be building their own power plants, bunch of bullshit. We're just being fed bullshit, doubling our bills, paying through the ass. Okay guys, next day. Okay, I put the carburetor on there. I had to buy this separately because the other one, original one, was longer, and I had spliced it right there when it was on the 80 Z28. So anyway, got that there, got a new line from there. Now it goes down to the fuel pump, and then this comes out to the tank, which we're fixing to do the line from the tank. I think these are the clips for the fuel line. The brake lines are on the driver's side going back, and the fuel line's on the passenger side. So I think that's where it comes up. We'll find out here in a minute. It's been so long since I took it off. The accelerator cable, wrong one. This says 67 to 72 carb to accelerator lever cable. It's not right. It's got, I don't know if you can see it, it's got this deal here, and doesn't have a cable going down to the gas pedal. Let's see. So I think we're going to take everything off the 80 gas pedal cable and mount and everything from that and put it on here. This is the same, since it said 6872. I was like, oh, I wonder if it's the same as my Chevelle. Well, that actually says 62 to 72. So it's the same as my Chevelle. This attaches to the carb here. Then this attaches to a bracket. It goes to the carburetor. And then this goes down the gas pedal. But completely different than a Camaro. Okay. So here's the original gas cable. Gas line. I just blew air through it. It seems to be, well, there was something in it. It cleared it out. So I blew it out both ways. At the beginning of the build, Evil Energy sent me this little setup here. Fuel hose fitting. But the fuel, what are they? 3/8 and 5/16. This is smaller. This is smaller than this line. They gave me all the stuff for it, but I don't think I'm going to use it. Give me a bunch of fittings and all kinds of stuff. Plus, I'm not sure. I know there's instruction. I'm not sure how to attach them on there. I think you got to attach one of these on there, and everything gets screwed in. Well, we don't really need all that. This would have been good for the LS swap I did in the wagon there. So if anybody needs this type of stuff, check out Evil Energy. I'll put a link and everything in the description. And yeah, PTFE fuel line fitting kit. You can check them out. Okay, I'll save it for another project. Okay, so let me jack this up and get that tire off there. And I think this is the back here, I think that goes around the leaf spring perch there. And then we'll figure out where it comes up here. And we'll put some extra mounts in there if it needs it, because I don't know how good these clips are. I don't know if any's broke or not. But yeah, we'll get that in there. I probably should pour 15 at first, but I don't want to wait overnight for it to dry. So we'll pour 15 it or paint it later on. But yeah, let me get this side jacked up, that wheel off, and get it situated under there. And I got some gas line, and they also sent me this, not sure why, but they sent me this oil catch can kit. It's for turbos, so we need something like that. They give you a bunch of line. That's a line I need there, the longer one. I'll use some line and some clamps, since I'm almost out of these clamps. And we'll use the clamps and this hose here. And need a little bit of hose from the line to the gas tank, and then a piece of hose from the fuel pump to the fuel line. So yeah, they give me all this stuff, but I'm just not using it right now. They give me a hat and everything, so yeah, check them out. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, so the line comes up into here, into the gas tank line. It's up underneath here, and then it comes down and wraps around the spring mount. So there's a clamp there, comes up along this. Oh, this one kind of came down. And then goes into this clip. That's the wrong clip. It's got a bigger clip on this side that's broke off, but that needs to go there, like this one here. So I don't know if I have another clip, but I don't really want to use a zip tie or nothing. But anyway, that needs to go right there. Yeah, I'm going to straighten up all this pinch welds here. So then it comes up in between the body and the subframe, clips there, and I'm not sure what that one is. That might be for a regular hose to come around and curve, because you can't have too tight of a curve or it'll crimp it off. We got to replace that. That's just a pretty soft. So I would assume around like this, unless that's for something else, transmission line or something. So anyway, yeah, let me get a line right there. Okay, I'll be back. Okay guys, let's put that fuel line there. I'm not sure what that clip and that clip's for, but I said maybe transmission lines. And I put a little bracket to the floor up that other thing. So anyway, it's all tight and everything. I think we'll wrap the video up on that. All the fuel systems connected. The only thing really it needs to run is the electrical, and we'll do that at some point. But yeah, got pretty far on it. Just got a few more things to put on the engine, a few more parts to paint black, and then next video we're going to put the front end on. Fenders, headers, valance, everything except probably the hood. We got the fender wells, all that stuff. And we'll get that situated, and like I said, the rest of the stuff. And in the meantime, I'm gonna go get a couple of new belts, put on the power steering pump, and put on some other stuff there off camera. But yeah, it's getting there. Yeah, we just still got a ton of work to do. Front end and the wiring, and then lots of interior work and more body work and all that. So exhaust. Okay, well, I enabled memberships and super chats, is it? I don't know, something popped up when I was in the deal there. I haven't done it before because I think it used to be like 50-50, kind of like how we get paid on YouTube. You know, we get 50%, YouTube gets 50. And I thought that was a ripoff for people to send money for a membership or super thanks or any of that, because YouTube would get half of it. But when the thing popped up, it said I get 70%. YouTubers get 70% and YouTube gets 30. So it's not as bad, I guess. But yeah, if any of y'all want to, I don't know, it has an automatic thing for membership. First, I just did a first level. I don't know how many levels you can do, but first level, it has in there automatically to see the videos before they're posted. And $1.99 a month if you want to donate. Yeah, it's basically a donation. I appreciate everybody watching, but I figured out a while back, per view, if I post 2 videos a week, that's 8 videos a month. If a single person watches all 8 videos, I get 1.39 cents off that person. Not very much, is it? And yeah, that's how much YouTube money I make, revenue you make, 1.39 cents if somebody watches all 8 videos a month. A year, you know, what is that? You know, 15, 16, 17 cents a year. So if you want to contribute more, sign up for membership. I got really slow internet here. You know, this satellite thing. It costs way too much for what it is. And anyway, it takes about 2 days to upload an hour's video. Like this video will take 2 days to upload. If you're in the city, a big city, well, even a small city, with fiber optics and all that, you can do it in about 10 minutes. Now out here I got to do 2 days, so I can't upload videos fast and schedule them ahead of time. Most I can do is get it maybe a day or two before they, you know, right now I'm trying to do what is it, Tuesdays and Fridays. I may switch it up, but I've been doing videos Tuesdays and Fridays. I may get it uploaded Thursday for Friday's video, and I can put on there members only. You can see it a day before anybody else, that type of thing. I'll add more stuff later. Oh, you can do members only videos. Don't really want to do that, but unless I had, you know, thousands of members. But in the future we can do that. Just make I don't know, I just do videos of me talking about stuff, what my first car was, what cars I had growing up, you know, just stuff like that. Or, you know, I can't do live because the internet's too slow here, and I got a cheap ass phone. If I had an iPhone, which I'll never spend, you know, thousands of dollars buying one, it's just crazy. I got my, you know, $50 Walmart phone here. It wouldn't work. The internet's too slow. Well, this one would go through my phone carrier, which is like AT&T, but that's not very fast, and you only get so many minutes a month before you got to pay more and all that stuff. So live stuff can't work either. So I know a lot of people do lives every now and then. But anyway, yeah, if you want to, I also got PayPal. I put that in the video description. I got a PayPal, that way 100% of the money, or, you know, PayPal gets a couple percentage, but nothing like 30% of what you know YouTube gets. If you want to donate through PayPal, I got in the video description. I got an address there, PO box, and a email, and PayPal. So if you want to donate that, or any parts you want to send for the build, want to be a part of the build, this one, or the 70Z28, let me work out something. If you want me to pay shipping, I've done that in the past too. I can pay shipping, you know, stuff like that. So all that's in the video description. Yeah, I guess that's it. So yeah, subscribe, like, comment, share, all that stuff. And, you know, I'm alternating, doing video on this, then the tiny house. Right now I got about 2 hours of daylight, and I want to try to get some kitchen cabinets out of that mobile home over there before it gets dark. And then tonight or tomorrow I'm going to install them. So you can stay tuned for that. Installing cabinets in the kitchen and the laundry room. So that'll be coming up next, and we'll get back on this. They'll give me a few days to get some little parts rounded up. Yeah, a speedometer cable in that one's busted, so I do got to get a speedometer cable and other stuff. So yeah, I guess that's about it then. Like, comment, share, subscribe, all that stuff, and we'll see y'all next video. Thanks everybody for watching.